I'm probably the newest out of active duty. I got out last year, so I'm still in that mindset. Um, I would say the project management piece and how we handle situations here, how the project managers here handle situations, and even myself, I learned from being in the military. There's not one task that I do here that I don't think back, and I do it with my my coworkers here. I always say, oh yeah, well when I was in the military, this is how I handled the situation. So this is how I'm going to do this. How I'm going to do that. It's just it's a mindset. I don't think it's something that you will never have again. Like it's still there, even over a year. It's still I still have that mindset of yeah.
And Bob, I think you had mentioned that a lot of the foundation you got in terms of leadership and discipline that from the military is now something that you carry with you into your
Sure.
Job at Diversified.
Well, I've seen some of the most profound translations that we do is regardless of what you do in the military, right? When you're not in a combat zone or off in war or deployed, what you're mainly doing is you train and you maintain, right? And as part of the training is concerned and everything around training and doctrine, there's a regimented approach and a really tried and true approach to, laying out common tasks and understanding how you define goals and success and under what circumstances do you perform the task, etc. Just when it comes to almost every soldier at some point, or regardless of what branch they're in, is assigned a vehicle to maintain, right? And you get a preventative maintenance checks and services, PMCS checklist that you need to fill out for that vehicle on a monthly basis or a regular basis to make sure that it's in serviceable shape so it can carry you into battle or take care of the mission, right? So just being able to understand how to develop a checklist for priorities for a project, for example, or what needs to be required on a job, you can get that right out of a military background and understanding how to approach that kind of situation. For me, in my role as an ops manager and a leader, it's fallen on me and my colleagues to develop and then execute on training material for the different common skill sets that we have in the organization, mostly in technical operations and implementation, but engineering training, project coordination and project management training, technician training, right? And of course, Avixa Infocom has a lot of great stuff that we can leverage. But when it comes to training and documentation and certification, the military is there to help, right? So when I was working to develop a training program and different courses, I fell back on the Soldier's Book of Common Tasks and just looked at how they structured various kind of training activities, right? And defining what you're going to train on, defining the conditions under which you train, and how you then certify that you did a good job, right? So, I didn't have to kind of make up my own regimen. I could just lean on what the Army's been doing for a long time to be successful in what they do. So for me as a leader, I can take what has already kind of been baked in with the military and apply that very easily into a civilian or enterprise world. On an individual basis, again, it comes down to having that self-discipline to understand that you've got ownership on tasks and prioritizing your time appropriately, what's important, what's urgent, what maybe is both, what maybe is neither, right? And then based upon that, figure out your day and how you're gonna, be as productive as you can for yourself and the team around you.
Okay, David, what would you like to add to all that?
There's not much to add. Bob kind of said it all. But, I think Jessica and Bob kind of said it, and I'll echo some of it. Within the military, it's process-driven, it's goal-driven, and it's there's established problem-solving methods. And I think all of us who experience that within the military or learn that in the military, bring that into our civilian occupation and apply those methods and standards within our day-to-day activities for Diversified. And in that, it helps us manage people, manage tasks, and reach goals.